This video will deal with the basics of MLA citations. First of all, the MLA is the Modern Language Association, and that is the technique that you are to format all of your papers for in Mr. Hurst's class. Therefore, it is vitally important to make sure that you've got the exact formula when putting together a paper. Now, today we're just dealing with the citations, and we're going to focus on just a few basic methods of citations. Now, as you can see at the top of this item here, for every book that you use, you need to use the author's last name, the first name, title of the book, city of publication, publishing company, and publication date. Those are the basics. Now, where most people run into difficulties is with the actual punctuation of what you need to have down on that citation. So to start with, let's focus in on a book by one author. As you can see, this particular book was written by a gentleman by the name of Daniel Boorstin. So, first thing we have to do, put last name first name last, just like you do in my class. For MLA, you're going to write both the names there, last name and then the first name, and then if there is a middle initial, you will include that as well. Now the punctuation, again, this is where people fall astray. The punctuation needs to go as follows. As you can see right here, they've put a comma in between the last name and first name. You need to make absolutely sure that you've got that comma there. And you need to have the period. The period has to go either after the initial, or if there's not an initial present, after that first name. You do need the period there. What that signifies is to the reader is that they're done with the first part of the citation. Each part of the citation has to have a period at the end of it. Then, immediately after that, you've got the title of the book. Now, I know this is a book because it is underlined. Remember, anytime you've got a book, it is going to be underlined or italicized. Those two things mean exactly the same thing. So if you happen to see something underlined, you know that it is a title of a major work. Same deal for italics. If it's in italics, it is the title of a larger work. If the title is in quotation marks, typically it's going to be something smaller, like a song on an album, or a poem in an anthology, or even a TV episode in a series. For example, if you were speaking about the puffy shirt episode of the Seinfeld series, the puffy shirt episode would be in quotation marks, whereas the series Seinfeld would be underlined. So, as we mentioned previously, whenever you are at the end of one part of the citation, you need a period. So we've got the period there after the title of the book. Then immediately following that, we've got the publication information. And as you can see, they have New York. Now that could be taken as a city or a state, but we know reading up here that we have the city of publication. So we know that is going to be New York City. It is capitalized, of course. And then what you have, those two little dots, one on top of each other, that is a colon. That means you've got more information to come about the publisher. So you've got the city of publication, then right next to it, you've got the actual publisher's name. And in this instance, the publisher's name is Random House. Then you're going to provide more information there. But this one is connected to the publisher in that it was the year that the publication came across, 1983. We need a comma in between the publishing house and the date in which it was published. And then, of course, as was previously mentioned, we need to have a period to indicate that we are done with that segment of information. So again, the three things you need to remember: you need the author, you need the title of the book, and you need the publication information as well.